And in the intra-party elections, we have come up with such innovative techniques because we have 10 million members, 7 million voters. Now, out of 7 million voters, how do you hold an intra-party election? The Pakistan Election Commission in 5 years has not been able to give a correct voters list with billions of rupees, with government resources. So how is a political party supposed to make a list of electoral list from 7 million voters? The reason is we've used technology, we've used, and I believe future voting will be mobile phones. Now, the moment you hold intra-party elections, it breaks the monopoly of any people. It doesn't mean that the people who've been with us in the past are all good and people coming in are all opportunistics. Some of the best politicians have joined us. Some of the best in the political class have joined us. Some of our old ones were only there because no one would take them. So this intra-party election is the only way, elections are the only way of establishing merit in a party. About the global village, look, to get respect, you have to respect yourself. A country, a nation that does not respect itself begs and borrows for its existence. Only that worries about what people think of them, what other people think of it. If you respect yourself and live with dignity, stand on your own feet, people will respect you. So don't worry about getting respect. First, we have to stand on our own feet. This idea that only rich, educated people are backing Tehreek-e-Insaf because they're more aware means that you do not understand people of Pakistan. When I read English newspapers only and I first went into my constituency in Miawali, and I thought that, these poor people, I'll have to really educate them about politics. I got the shock of my life that a 15-year-old stood up, because only in Miawali when I went in, at a micro level is what I imagine one day will happen at the macro level in Pakistan. So in Miawali when I went in, I developed the constituency some 10 years back. The young boys, children, they were the only ones at my first public meeting. All the big political powerhouses were combined against me. All the big landlords were all against me. The peers were all bought. They were all against me. The older people were affiliated to political parties, but the young and the kids. So my rallies were full of these young and these kids. And so I went from one union council to the other, and wherever I held a rally, all the young came to me. Eventually, 4 months down the road, about 1.5 months before the election, the young had created this incredible atmosphere. The tsunami had spread in Miawali. Watching them, the politicians then started coming to me. And eventually I won by a record vote, just with the young people. So I imagined this is what would happen one day in Pakistan, and it's happening. So the young everywhere are coming to us. But the point I'm saying is that the young people, the young boys in the villages were more politicized than the people in the cities. Because in villages, people's lives depends on politics. This sort of political victimization that takes place in the villages where there's no rule of law, the people have to, everyone is aware. It's the reason why they do not vote for the right candidates is not because they're not aware, it's because they're scared. Because they face political victimization afterwards. Because there's no rule of law. Their life depends on voting for the right candidate. But when they know that there is a movement which will protect them from the strong, powerful, and the cruel, then you will find a bigger tsunami in the villages than in the cities. And that's what happened in 1970. The movement started from the cities, and then it went into the villages. And the villages overwhelmingly voted for People's Party. It's because the moment they had protection from this movement, they stood up against the powerful. So this is exactly, inshallah, what will happen in the coming elections.